It's week 5 of the National Football League, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Steelers, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
This is all time. All time.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
A first carry for Najee Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Bridgewater to throw it. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. The numbers for Johnson in last week's game: 7 catches, 84 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And what was amazing to me was the fact he was able to get as much on the ball as he did because he was on the run. Normally when you're on the move like that, you don't expect the ball to go that far. You would think you need your lower body to be involved. That was an all-arm throw.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They had a good game-catching ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Bridgewater. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! Najee Harris, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Kareth White on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here come the Browns now for their first drive. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 20 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They'll run with Chubb. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and goal, Watson being chased out left to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown, Browns. Rashard Higgins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Bridgewater's throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And he's got this down to the 35. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. They're going to look to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line.
Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Now a first down carry for Harris. A solid stiff arm. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Buddy Johnson there on the stop.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Alex Highsmith.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
And the Steelers... Take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. The throw over the middle, taken in. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Bridgewater on first down. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's got it. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Chase Claypool, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've gotten the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. And the Steelers pressure too much here. He's going down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free. But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to air one out.
Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
On the move to his left. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
0.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Chubb running right. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Watson now to throw. Rolling to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power, but not a ton to show for it. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Escaping the pressure right. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Chubb again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
Jordan Elliott able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Tried to drop it in there, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Here's White. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Alex Highsmith
able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Back now in Pittsburgh. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Flushed out right. That's going to be brought in by Higgins.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
From the red zone now, Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Alex Highsmith bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. After the sack on first down, Watson. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Well, a clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Alex Highsmith make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now left side on the swing pass. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. 3rd and long. It's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On first down, it's Harris. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.
So for Pittsburgh, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they drop